Hello, good people, and thank you so much for clicking play. Now, in Austria, I've had a total of 3 men fired. 3 men were let go of their jobs. 2 were white guys, 1 was a brown guy. He was a Syrian who lived and worked in Austria. Now, I know in my heart of hearts that I never acted with malice in any of the 3 cases, and the reason why they were let go is because the facts spoke for themselves. I will tell you the stories and then you can judge for yourself. So the first time, it was in a restaurant that was run by an Austrian guy, a really nice guy. I had no problem with the owner of the restaurant, and I was there for about 6 months because I had just gotten the first papers that I needed in order for me to apply for an even better visa, and I knew that taking up some kind of job would help hasten the process. So to all foreigners, if you happen to live in a country where you need certain papers, you need visas, you need work permits, or you need to be a resident, take up work. It really goes a long way. Learn the local language. This stuff really hastens up your processes, and I'm at a place where I can say that I have achieved some level of stability. So that 6-month gig that I did there went a long way with the government, issuing me certain documents that I needed. Just do your research online, go on Google. Don't feel like you're too big and too important to do certain jobs. Just do it for some time. Trust me, it hastens your processes. Anyways, so I was at this restaurant that was run by I would say he was nice. I don't know him that much, but I would say that I never had a problem with him. Austrian guy, he hired me on the spot. When I went there, I talked to him, he gave me the job on the spot. There wasn't even much to the interview. He just thought that I could use you as a hostess, welcoming guests, because at that time, I wasn't yet confident in my German. Now at least I'm at conversational level, but back then it was I was really insecure with the language. But he thought I was generally a confident person, and he thought that I fit the part. I was somebody who he could put at the front to welcome the guests and see them to their tables. And then after the second week, he already gave me more duties. He told me I could help the service staff inside. And basically, I liked the gig. I didn't mind it. And plus, I knew it was only for a short period of time, and the money was also good. So I thought, okay, nice restaurant, and it was a chain. This Austrian guy was married to an American lady. Another reason why I liked it, because she was one of those, those Californian girls who go hi, oh my god, where are you from? Freaking Kenya? Who even is from Kenya? Those kinds of American women who have that, I think they call it Valley Girl accent or whatever. Hi, so I didn't mind her because at least I had somebody who would pop by from time to time with her matcha and stop to small talk. So I think she liked me. So at least she was finally someone I can speak English with. I mean, could you believe it? All of them, they speak German and stuff. And I'm thinking, lady, you're in Austria. What did you expect? But she was harmless. I didn't mind her. He had a supervisor who was his best friend, who I would also say was an okay guy. I never had any problems with the supervisor. We also didn't interact a lot because he supervised all of the branches, not only that branch that I was in, but all of them, he was the one supervising. So he had to be at different places, different days. So we didn't see him that much. So that supervisor had a manager in our specific branch. The manager is the one I got fired, okay? He had a manager who I had never had a problem with. Me and this guy never had a problem. I found him there. He had worked there for 6-7 years. And I heard that a lot of people had quit because of him. But I didn't use that information against him because I'm new and I know that in places there's all sorts of gossip and sometimes it's just lies. It's haters talking about the manager. But I had heard that a lot of people leave because of this guy. He's an ass. A lot of people can't stay here because he's the kind of person who likes to make himself look good to the supervisor and to the owners, and he likes to drown people's voices, and he doesn't like it when you are good at your job. He likes to be the one instructing you. So I didn't take that to be true, because why should I? Don't know any of you people. Maybe you're just hating on him. I don't know you. So I just went in there. I had talked to the owner. He had hired me on the spot. I was standing at the front, welcoming guests, seeing them to their tables. The owner then asked the supervisor to ask the manager to give me more roles and duties. So now I would also like help inside. When there was too much work, the waitresses needed people to help them take food to the table, or more, just give me more. And also to coordinate between the kitchen and the service. So I was like a bridge of some sorts. And I was told that I didn't have to wear any uniform. The owner, that was specific instructions from the owner, that I could just dress as I like. So you know me, I was going out there killing it. I was going out there killing it. Now, because the owner's wife liked me, she also like would give me more to do, because she thought that I was presentable. Like, she would say, you look nice, you look nice. And so she would be like, you can do this, you can do that, you can accompany me here, you can accompany me. But I didn't want to be her friend. I don't know, maybe I'm not trying to like sound snobbish or anything, but I didn't want us to be too close, because you're the boss's wife. I have a life, I have a husband on my own, I have my own life. I don't want to be friends with you or anything. But I could tell she's one of those Americans who came to Austria. She did not learn German, so she cannot make a lot of local Austrian friends. The ladies here had not like absorbed her into their little cliques, so she wanted friends. I could tell like she was one of those, and I just wanted to like do whatever brought me there and bounce, honey, bounce. I don't want to be too close with any of you, but I didn't mind her. So this manager apparently was talking behind my back, but I had never sensed it. I had never seen it. I had never had any arguments with him. Apparently he was saying that the last person who was a hostess there had to wear a uniform. Why the heck am I allowed to just stand there without a uniform? The last person who was working there was not all friendly with like the owners. They would always have to go through him. So he felt like I was, I guess you call it insubordinating, right? An insubordination. What? English is not my first language, but like he felt like I was not bowing to him. I was speaking directly to the owners and to the supervisors, and he felt a type of way about that. So I immediately started to like go to him more, so he doesn't feel that way. I wanted to correct that immediately and show him that I respect you as a manager. You are the local boss and I respect you. So I started like not talking to that wife of the boss too much, just like being courteous with her, but not like small talking her during the shift, giving this guy the massaging his ego a little bit, you know, making him feel that, yeah, I get it, you're the boss here. I don't want you to feel like I am not following your instructions. I started like asking him for direction. Hey, do I need to bridge today, meaning to bridge between the service people and the kitchen, or do you just need me outside, to make him feel like, yeah, she's not overlooking my authority. I didn't want any troubles with him or anyone else. Still, I heard that he, you know, was still saying things about me, like how I talk with the guests. He doesn't appreciate that. Guys, guests are curious because I'm the only black person there. They want to know, hey, woher kommst du? Like, where are you from? They want to ask questions. You're the only black person here. Human beings are curious. So am I supposed to like ignore guests? Plus, I am there to literally be a hostess. It is my literal job description. So he didn't like it. And then when English speakers would like visit from like New Zealand, UK, they stopped to talk. And because I speak fluent English, they enjoyed my company. And then they would like call and say, will Elizabeth be there? Tell her that we are going to pass by to reserve a table with her. He did not appreciate that, okay? He was still talking. So I started like even talking less with the guests, like just because I felt like he's feeling small, he's feeling intimidated. So I felt like I was walking on eggshells, not to upset this Syrian man. And yeah, none of that worked. He just did not like me at this point. Some people are committed to misunderstanding you. Once they decide they don't like you, you make them feel small, that's it. There's nothing you can do to like get their approval or appease them. So I said, why am I doing this? F him and his feelings. Why am I walking around eggshells for a grown man? I went back to being myself, talking with the guests, hosting with confidence, not walking on eggshells, doing my job with confidence. When the owner of the restaurant came and he wasn't too busy and she wanted to grab a drink after my shift, I sat down and grabbed a drink with her because I was off the clock. What the hell? Why should I like be making myself small for the manager to feel big? I thought, F you, because I'm trying my best to make you feel good about yourself, to show you that I am under you, and you're still talking behind my back and telling people how much you dislike me. And you know what goes around. And I believed the people this time because he started having an attitude towards me. So I clocked that. I was like, oh yeah, so you do have a problem with me. Now, he thought I was throwing my weight around. What weight? I have no weight. I just got here. What weight? Why am I intimidating you by just existing? What weight? So I thought, you know what? I'm not cooperating with him anymore. I am just going to be myself. I will respect him as my manager, but he's not going to push me around. So one day I was drifting off to sleep at home. This will sound a little freaky to some people, but I heard that my mom was also like that. Like, I heard that my mother was very intuitive. She sensed things and she would sometimes say things and then they happened. So maybe it's a gift, I don't know. But one day I'm drifting off to sleep and I kid you not, I hear his name whispered to me by a female voice. I know that sounds a hella crazy. And why am I not saying his name? He doesn't work there anymore. He got fired. And I don't work there anymore. His name was Mesud. So I had Mesud while I was sleeping. Like literally like that. I had Mesud in my ear. And I remember I knew where the voice had come from in the room. I had Mesud like that. And I remember getting freaked out and thinking, did I just dream that? I was just about to fall asleep. I was drifting off to sleep. Okay. That remained in my conscious for whatever reason. So the next day, the very next day, I go to work and he tells me with an attitude, the boss's wife said that today you don't have to do hosting or bridging, helping the service. Today you can actually go to the counter. So this lady had given me even more responsibilities that I can go and handle money. Today you can go to the cashier's desk. So I was like, I've never used that machine there. I don't know how it works. And some other manager had this conversation and was like, Liz, come with me. I'll just show you real quick. You're smart. It's a 5-minute thing. You learn it in 5 minutes. I was like, oh, okay. So I went with this other lady and she shows me what happens with that machine, how it gives you change, whatever calculations, the orders people made, but mostly people pay at the table. So these are only the people who, for whatever reason, want to pay there. So it's not like it's busy or something that you can't handle. And while you're there, you can also make reservations for tables. I was like, okay, cool, thanks. And in the first 1 hour, I could do it. I knew how it worked. It wasn't rocket science. It was pretty simple. So while I'm standing there, I hear an argument between Mesud, the manager, and some Bosnian lady in the restaurant. Like I'm at the front and I can hear them, meaning they were yelling. So the Bosnian lady is like, Entschuldigung, that is German, like for excuse me, you're not gonna push me around. The Bosnian lady is giving it to him real good. Ich habe keine Angst von dir, es war nur Respekt. Aber nein, nein. The Bosnian lady is going in, I can hear her. Like she's telling him, I don't fear you. Maybe you thought I fear you. I was only giving you respect as a manager. But right now you can F off. Like she was like, nah, verpiss dich. Verpiss dich. They were using actual curse words. And you know, I'm at the front and people are coming in. People can hear them. So I'm just standing there awkwardly like, what's going on? So I decide, okay, you know what? I'm going to say something because some of the guests started leaving. So I'm like, Mesud, I say his name, Mesud, just so you know, we can hear you. And can you keep it down? Like, I just said it like that. Like, guys, we can hear you. Keep it down. And the Bosnian lady at this time, she's almost screaming. And you know, there's also guests in there. So one of the other managers comes to me and says, guests in there, they are complaining that Mesud is very loud with the Bosnian lady. I turn around and I see the Bosnian lady remove her apron. She was a waitress. And she's like, I didn't leave Bosnia for such nonsense. You know, Bosnians are also crazy in their own way. Child, they've had a war and everything. Like she was, and okay, sorry, I shouldn't be laughing because she was really upset and she felt really disrespected by someone who's younger than her, especially. And he's also from Syria, he's also from a war. So we're talking about. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. We're talking about a guy who just came here as a refugee because there was a war in Syria, and a Bosnian lady, Kakosi, my Bosnian people, Kakosi, da! She's not having it. So she removed her apron and threw it at him. So at this point, I'm like, guys, keep it down. Masood marches to the front, to me. Remember, I had his name whispered to me the night before. I know that's maybe Delulu, silly, whatever, but I believe it played a role. It was some kind of intuition I had. So he leaves that lady who just threw the apron at him and left through the back. She went somewhere to the back. By the way, she continued working there. He got fired, but not her. So he leaves him and goes to the back. She leaves him and goes to the back. He leaves that place where they were arguing and marches straight to me and goes like, because I had asked them to like keep it down, he goes like, you're done for the day. Like that. He goes like, you're done for the day. Meet me at the back. There was a back office there that was his office. He's like, you're done for the day. In front of the guests, like, he was so angry. He was livid. The man was livid. He had turned a different color altogether. I think there was even smoke coming out of his ears. He was so mad. He's like, you're done for the day. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a conversation with a guest, and you guys don't argue with me, okay? Ich diskutiere nichts mit dir. He was like that. Bitte. Like, go to the back. Okay. Okay. So I just like went to the back. Remember, I never used to wear a uniform, so there was no apron to throw at him. Because my job was as a hostess, and the owners said that's how they're going to do it. From that, since they hired me, their hostesses will be dressed casually to welcome the guests. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'll meet you at the back. So I go to his office. He comes in, still very mad, very angry, and he says, enough of your nonsense. Remember, he was arguing with the Bosnian, not with me. She's left. She's somewhere, maybe at home, gone, at the bus station or somewhere by now. He comes and he says, Elizabeth, enough of your nonsense, and locks the door. Enough of your nonsense. He starts going in on me that ever since I came there, I think I am something. I am walking around like I own the place. He hates me. The guy says he hates me. Like, am I that important for you to even hate? We don't know one another. I've only been here for a little bit. I will be gone in no time. Like, you hate me? Save that hate energy for someone who's actually important to your life, right? How can I hate someone who plays no role to my life? It's like going out and telling a stranger, I hate you. Hate him? Do you even know him? Like, what the hell? You can dislike somebody, but ignore them. You don't even know them, right? So he goes, I hate you. I hate you. I hate your behaviors. Wow, what behaviors? So I'm just standing there letting him let it out. He's from a fight, and I guess he just wanted to trauma dump on me. So he goes like, you think you're something special. You think you don't have to wear a uniform. I go like, the owners, he goes like, shut up. Halt den Mund. Shut up. I wanted to tell him that the owners said I don't have to wear a uniform. Shut up, he tells me. Honey, I'm dealing with a whole teenager at this point. He goes like, halt den Mund. I'm sick and tired of your voice. Wow. So I'm just standing there like, the fact that I wasn't like crying or scared made him more angry. Am I supposed to be scared? Am I supposed to be crying? Am I supposed to be intimidated? So the fact that I was just standing there looking at him going crazy made him feel even crazier. So now he moves closer to me and he's like, do you understand me? And I'm like, we talk when you've calmed down. Oh my gosh, he wanted to kill me. The fact that his anger was doing nothing to me. I mean, I'm a grown woman. I know that your anger is just because you've been fighting with somebody over there. I know that your anger is just because you've been feeling like you're small whenever I interact with the guests. You've been feeling like overshadowed. So I know where it's coming from. You're a whole kid right now. So I'm not going to react like you're reacting. So I was just standing there watching him, and I said, let's talk when you've calmed down. Oh my gosh, when I said that, I think that man wanted to hit me because he was moving way too close to me, and I was like not moving back. And that was even infuriating him more because it's like, why are you not scared? Why are you not? He wants us to fight, but what? I'm not gonna fight you. I'm a lady. I'm a woman. If we get down to a physical fight, obviously you will win. You have more muscles. I'm not interested in this. What is this? So I said, let me just go back to my workstation, or do you want me to go home? Like, it's the manager at the end of the day. If he wants me to go home, I'll go home, right? If the owners say that you abandoned your workstation, I'll explain. The manager said I should leave. So I was like, let me just go back to my workstation. Do you want me to bounce? You want me to go home? Because honey, I could bounce. I don't mind. So I'm like, you want me to go home or should I go back to the workstation? He's like, I'm not done talking. So he locks the door, and because when he came in, he had locked it, but now he takes the key from the door and puts it in his pocket. That's the thing that got him fired. When we finally had the final meeting with the owners and the supervisor, they said that move where he kept the key in his pocket is what made them decide to let him go. Everything else until that point they could have tolerated. They explained that he could have apologized to me and everything would have been okay. But the fact that he interrupted with my freedom of movement, they had to let him go. And they told me, Elizabeth, if you're thinking of filing a lawsuit, go ahead. We will support you because there's cameras, and also the Bosnian lady was willing to witness that he had been harassing people, and a lot of people had left in the time that she had been there, and she believes me and my testimony as well. If I wanted to file a lawsuit because he had stopped me from leaving the room, he had literally locked us in there, I could do it. But of course, guys, I wasn't going to pursue that any further. He just got fired. That was the end of it for me. I'm not pursuing anything any further. I continued working there until I was done and I got what I wanted to get from there. So they said he locked you in. So this is what happened when he it's like a movie. It's like a whole movie. When he took the key from the keyhole and put it in his pocket, now I was worried. Up until that point, I wasn't worried. But there's a whole Syrian man who's locked me inside of a room. Are we about to be on the 9 o'clock news? Is he going to strangle me? When he took the key and put it in his pocket, now I was worried. But of course, you don't show that you are because the hood, honey. Rapping for the hood.
Me, I'm from the hood. I'm from Nairobi. They don't call us Nairobi for nothing. Gang, 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 gang.
Never show them that you're scared. So I was like, can I leave? And he was like, no, because I'm not done talking to you in my face like that. And I was like, I'd like to leave. I'm like, open this door. So I started banging at the door. So the banging attracted the people who are outside. So they came in like, hey, what's going on in there? Can you let her leave? Ooh! I started screaming, open the door. When it's on. Honey, scream, bang the door. So I was about to grab a seat so I can break the door, and I wanted to go the whole 9 yards. He opened it. He took out the key and opened it, and then he marched outside, cussing, saying what a stupid woman I am, saying how I am so disrespectful, cussing, and he left work. So he got fired because he left his workstation without letting the supervisor know. He locked me inside of that door. Actually, that was the biggest charge. And according to the Bosnian woman, he had been pushing people around for the longest time ever. So finally, when he left, the person who was standing outside the door, who had said, hey, can you guys open up, the guy, he told me, what is even going on? And I was as cool as a cucumber at this point. I had, I was out of the room, so now I could breathe. And I was like, he locked me in there. They were like, what? And I said, I just want to go back to the counter. The person was like, right now there's no going back to the counter. I'm calling the owners. I'm like, why? He's like, Elizabeth, you just got locked in there by the manager. I'm like, I know, but I'm out now. Guys, I think I come from a background in Kenya where we are so used to being pushed around that we don't even know it's wrong at this point. We are desensitized to it, which is very sad. So I'm saying, let me just go back to the workstation. He left. He'll come back tomorrow feeling better. Just leave him. No, I'm not leaving anything. He cannot lock you inside there.
Obviously, this guy, being a native Austrian, started giving me the speech. You're in Austria, we don't lock women up in rooms. That can never happen. There's no way, I'm not reporting him. You know the rest.
So this person called the owners, and you know the rest of the story. We had a meeting. The next day, he came to work, the Mesut guy. He was let go. We explained everything. The Bosnian lady, the cameras were there. The guy who was banging, asking us to open up, what's going on, was like very concerned for me. He told the owners this, and so Mesut got fired. So that's the first story.